Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Welcome to my end of the month reading vlog. We have about a week left to the month and I'm hoping to sneak in a couple more mystery horror thriller books to end the fall season, even though we're kind of just starting. But in November, I have a lot of challenges that are not necessarily mystery thriller oriented. So I'll link my TBR if you're interested. But yes, I am trying to read a couple more before then, some more wholesome than others. The first one, I will be reading the ebook of Tenders the Flesh because I want to know how I feel about this one. Everyone has been talking about it, and ever since I've mentioned that I want to read it, I've been receiving comments telling me I will love it or hate it, and now I want to know. I'm very, very curious. Essentially, a dystopian world where we were all infected with this disease, this virus that now left us unable to eat meat. Animal meat, which means cannibalism became a thing. I just need to know. Everyone seems to have a very extreme reaction to this book. They either love it or hate it. And I feel like the possible social commentary, it just sounds so interesting and appealing. I want to know what the author did with this topic. So I will be reading this. It's pretty short, like 200 and something pages. So I should have time to read this pretty quickly this month. And then once that is done, I will probably need some pick-me-up. So I thought I would read my most wholesome book of the season. This is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. So I love witches, and I've mentioned in the past how I don't tend to love like modern time witches for some reason. They just never really appeal to me. Every time I try them, I end up putting them down without finishing them, which doesn't happen super often that I DNF books, but witches very often, even though I really want to love them. And this one apparently very, very wholesome, like found family, modern witch coven kind of thing, and maybe a little bit of romance, which again, usually not really my thing, but I've heard great things, and I will need, like I said, the pick me up after the other books. So these are the two that will for sure happen this week. Afterwards, it will depend on whatever I'm feeling. I do have technically to finish this one. This is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This is our classic 40% book club for the month of September, October, and I'm only halfway through it, so I need to like get it together and finish it. The beginning was really strong and I'm kind of losing interest, so gotta push through so I can watch the movie after. I'm very curious. So that's kind of my TBR for this week in terms of what I want to do outside of reading. The library. I know some of you are very excited for me to be done. I can't wait to have not all of this in my bedroom. It looks fun, but then it's not after a little while. I have to say it feels very overwhelming. I need to paint this week the shelves. I'm pretty much done with at least the bookshelf portion. I still have some stuff to do with the room, but we're almost done. So I will be including some sneak peek of me doing that, and then soon I'll be able to do like a reorganizing my bookshelf video. So yeah, I'll show you that probably tomorrow for me. So yes, that's it for the TBR, the intro. But before I go ahead and read these books, I wanted to give a special shout out to Established Channel. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. If you don't know, they have a website where you can buy yourself a certificate that will make you officially a lord or a lady. So I'm now officially Lady Emily Fox. I have my unique plot number, which gives me 1 square footage of land in Scotland, which lets me be called a lady. I could put that on my credit card if I wanted to, but I think it makes for a really fun and unique gift, especially the holidays are approaching, if you want to gift that to someone or yourself. But it's also for a good cause, because for every order, they will be planting a tree. They're working in collaboration with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. It's a fun way to preserve the forests of Scotland, but also help plant trees all over the world. They will be keeping the entire woodland free of any other uses except for the peaceful enjoyment of it. But essentially, it makes for a really fun gift for yourself or someone else. So once again, I will be putting all the information in the description box if you are interested. But the first 200 people that will be using the coupon code EmilyFox will be one of my neighbors. We're going to have our own little book kingdom. And they're currently having their early Black Friday sale if you are interested. So like I said, everything will be in the description box. Now, let's go ahead and read these books. Good morning. This update is brought to you by a very, very sleepy me. I didn't update you yesterday because
I fell asleep so hard. I started doing the first layer of paint on the bookshelves, which I have a little bit of a clip. I realized that the roller, like the new roller heads that I bought, didn't work with the roller I had, so I had to paint all of it with a brush, which I started after work, and I thought, oh, I have time with the roller, it's gonna be quick. It wasn't quick, because with the brush it took me 2.5 hours. By the end I was doing it in the dark. Like I had one little lamp that was like moving in the room trying to not make a mess, and wow, 2.5 hours. So afterwards I took a shower and I crashed. Like I was dead tired, so hence the update this morning. Washed my hair too, so like it's all still kind of wet this morning. So let's update the books. I've read both of them. Well, not finished. I started both of them because I needed the pick-me-up after starting the other one. So let's start with this one, the wholesome one. Yes, you did have the modern coven, I guess, but I like that in this version of our world, the main character is a witch, and witches can't hang out together. They can't live together, be friends. So she meets up some of the other ones that live in England like once every 3 months, so that they just can talk and, you know, be witches. But otherwise she has to hide it, and she does YouTube videos, and it sounds very wholesome. She gets a DM by someone telling her that he has a job offer for her, and she will be basically tutoring 3 young witches. So I'm feeling the whole like really wholesome vibes, the found family vibes, hopefully. And there's a grumpy man, so I think that might be like a sunshine grumpy vibes romance. I don't read romance much, but I feel like I'm liking it. I know there's an exact, is it sunshine grumpy? Romance people, let me know. But so far, I'm kind of feeling it. We'll see how that goes, but he seems very, very grumpy. But so far, very adorable. I'm enjoying it. Now, Tender is the Flesh. I'm only 2 chapters into it, so it's like 10%. It's a very short book. And I can see why people are kind of traumatized. So I mentioned how like a virus basically infected all animals, and now humans can't eat them. And there's something that is hinted. And like the main character works in like a slaughterhouse, but for like humans. So you're just really thrown into a story. I'm assuming we're just going to learn more and more as it goes on. But there's something that is hinted at, and I don't know if it's like a spoiler or not, because I just started the book. So like I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it on screen, maybe spoiler, but I will not confirm if it's true or not at the end, like the video. I could in the comment section if you want to discuss it, but I'm going to put it just because I'm really careful with spoilers, but I don't know if it's a spoiler because, again, I've never read the book. I'm 10% into it. But they're kind of hinted at the fact that conspiracy theory that there is no virus. And I feel like that's going to be the case. Like, that's going to be the reveal at the end, because I know that the ending is shocking. So I'm assuming it's just like, I don't remember when the book was published, but like, I'm assuming overpopulation, like population control kind of thing. Like, that's why they're eating people. But like, was that necessary to like kill cats and dogs and all the pets? I don't know. But I'm glad that I'm reading both at the same time, because I can already tell this is going to be a lot. So yeah, that's the update for today. I have 2 more layers to do with the library. I will definitely do one more this week. I do not want to. I will need a couple days to just build up the courage again, because right now I don't want to see paint ever again. Hello, update number 2, I believe. This week has been so ridiculously busy. You'll have to... No, actually, I'm not doing that. I hate when people do that. I will not apologize for my appearance. This is what I look like. I'm human. I look great. I'm just slightly sleepy. Update number 1, 2, Tender is the Flesh. I'm traumatized. I'm about 40% something into it. And pretty much right after my last update, there was a mention of cheese. Human milk, cheese. I don't know if the book was written by a vegan, but it's working. I'm very tired. For some reason, this is why I draw the line. They eat human. Okay, but cheese. This is so awful. So yes, I understand that that's what we do to animals, but for some reason, human cheese, ew. So far we've seen like basically what happens, the production of like raising to like slaughtering the humans for meat. Wow, it's working. That's what I'm gonna say. But the book is giving me like 1984 vibes, which I didn't love 1984, but just because the writing is dry and I know it makes sense, blah, blah, but like enjoyment wise, I didn't love it. But I feel like if you like it, or maybe if you didn't, you might still like Tender as the Flesh. There's also a section which I had to laugh. I have the ebook right from the library, so I don't know exactly what page, but it's like 20-30% into it. There's the mention that like, oh, slavery is barbaric. That's illegal. They're eating people, but you know, barbaric. Traumatic, but so far enjoyable. I can't wait to just figure out what the twist is at the end, basically. Now, this one, because I started this one too, I continued that one. I needed to pick me up. I'm almost like 2/3 into it. Like I'm past 200 pages, but there's one page that I was mad. You know how like any romance, right? There's going to be like a conflict to make it like, oh no, we can't be together before they're together. To be honest, I find him a little bit of poo-poo head. I'm not really loving the banter. I love her. I love everyone else. And I don't hate him, but I hate them together. And then he messed up bad. If you don't want to know, I don't feel like that's going to prevent you from enjoying it. I feel like there's no really twist in a romance. Anyway, they're having like a little bit of an argument and she's like pushing him to open up. I don't think she went too far, but they're acting like she did. And he said something really mean. Should I say what? He tells her, like, what do you know about families? She's an orphan. She's been raised by someone that she's not close with, and like she's been alone her whole life. Like she was basically raised by nannies, and as soon as they would find out that she was a witch, they would be like their memory erased and bye-bye. And he says that to her. To me, that is such a red flag. I don't care how many times you apologize afterwards. Like he did it pretty quickly. Like literally on the same page, but to me, you crossed a line. I don't see him redeeming himself after that. I pretty much put the book down at that point because I don't care anymore. I can't ship you anymore. What you did was unforgivable. I feel like I've known people that do that. Like in an argument, they will, like they know you well, so they will push the button that they know hurts. I can't forgive that. I can't forgive that. Like you can be mad at me, we can discuss it, but if you purposely maliciously say the worst thing you can think of, I don't want you in my life. So I don't ship them anymore. Like I wasn't 100% sure because of the way he was acting. Like basically he's very close to little girls and they could feel that he wasn't loving her, so they would respond to that. So it was his fault that things weren't going super smoothly, which like I could forgive that but then that is, am I too picky? I feel like every time I read a romance, I'm like, red flag. Like, the men are always insane. Like, I can't ship them. That's why I liked Emily Henry, because she doesn't do that. Her characters don't do that. I did appreciate, though, like Emily Henry in this one, that you're following older characters, because I feel like every time I hear about romance on Booktube, it might just be the ones I've seen. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been searching for romance recommendation. I feel like a lot of popular ones tend to be like 16 to like maybe 21 max, like high school constantly. Again, that's a reflection of me, not really necessarily the books, but a lot of popular YA books, you know, they're very young, but they're in their 30s. And I'm like, that should make them a lot more mature. Both of them obviously have a lot of trauma, but he's an ass. So I don't know. Maybe he will redeem himself, but my expectations are now very low. I like everything else though, just not him. So far things are going still very well. I'm hopeful that they will both be like at least 4 stars, but he better redeem himself. And this one, I don't want to eat cheese again. Hi, I'm looking my best right now, living my best life. I'm reading, and they've kissed, or they're kissing right now, and I haven't forgiven him. He hasn't done anything to be forgiven yet, and I'm not feeling it. And even the banter, like I'm not feeling the chemistry. I was feeling it in the beginning, but not since this bad reaction. So I have about 40 pages left in the book, and frankly, my feeling can be summarized as I like the main female character. She's great. The whole sunshine thing is definitely working. I like the magic. I like the family. I even like the kids, but I don't like him. Well, as a character, he's fine, but I don't like them together, and I'm struggling. That's why I'm waiting until tomorrow to finish it, because maybe I'm just grumpy tonight. So I'm gonna go and read about cannibalism. Hopefully that suits me better. I'll update you tomorrow for the last time for that book, but I still have probably another day left for Tender is the Flesh. That title, though, now I'm kind of traumatized. Good afternoon. I finished work a bit early today because I went ahead and got my third booster, and I took the time to go ahead and buy some more supplies for this. So now I have roller to match with my roller. You know what I mean, the spongy part. So I got that, and then I also went to the dollar store because I needed, because you can see, not looking great, did not stay. So I got some blue tack, which you guys told me that was the name in English. In French, we call it gamete. So dollar store, I think that might be the best way of doing it, because the ones I saw online were more expensive, and the reviews all said that it was ripping off the paint. So I'm thinking maybe the cheaper one will not be strong enough to rip the paint, but strong enough to keep things on the wall. So I'm going to be testing that. And I also made this purchase because I needed a clear jar to do my read it or unhaul it next year, because they're going to be like, what, like 300-400 books at least in there. So I needed something that was big enough, and I wanted something clear. You've made it very clear that you hated the other one I was using, so I felt very bullied. But mostly I needed a clear one because it will be color coordinated with genres. So, you know. So yeah, that's my plan for tonight. Before it gets dark, it's already starting to get dark. It's getting dark so early. Like it's like not even 3 o'clock and it's dark. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and paint, and I will show you the before after. So this is the before. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a shock because, I mean, it's already white. I feel like the before that was more shocking, but I will see you in 2 hours. Well, I'm realizing I have paint all over me, but it only took me half an hour with the rollers. So much better. And this is what it looks like. You can already tell that it's a lot less patchy, but I'm definitely going to need a third layer once I've put the crown molding, but it looks so good. Good morning. It's time for me to update on both books. I finished them last night and obviously fell asleep before I could update you. This has to be the most chill vlog I've done in a while. I've been in my PJs the whole time and like no makeup, no hair. I needed this, to be honest. I think the last 2 vlogs or 2 vlogs ago, I mentioned how I was feeling like depressito from the weather and everything. It's been sunnier actually. It's been helping. I just feel so much better now. I think I needed like a little bit of a break. I've been posting a lot of videos and it's been really fun, but like I had too much going on with my life too, but everything seems stable now. So we're happy. Update. Okay, let's start with the wholesome one. I mentioned I had about 40 pages left because the dude was annoying me, Jamie. I don't love them together, but I don't think it's the worst match. The ending was good. A few things that happened that I wasn't expecting, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I really like the whole, like I said, found family, modern witches, really, really nice like group of characters. So if you just want the romance, this might not be the best, but I really liked everything and everyone else in here. I think it was overall stronger than the romance. And I genuinely believe that every single character in this book needs therapy very, very badly. I think it's on purpose, representation. But yeah, it's my thought. Everyone needs desperately some therapy. So overall enjoyed it though. I think I'm going to give it a 4 stars. I feel like I'm rating romance differently than everything else. Like for a romance book, this is a 4 star. It was a nice pick me up though. I enjoyed it. Now, Tender is the Flesh. Okay, I meant to film my reaction to the ending, but like I said, I was reading the ebook from the library, and I think it's like ending at like 93%. I should have known better. So I couldn't record my reaction to the ending because it happened and I didn't think it was happening. So yeah, my update is that this is a great dystopian book. I understand why some people thought I wasn't going to enjoy it because the main character, I feel like he makes some questionable choices. I didn't like him. That's why I was comparing it to 1984. There's like this distance between him. He's acting kind of strange and again, questionable decisions. I'm not going to spoil it. I actually will not put one of my updates about that book because I feel like it would be a spoiler. We can talk about it in the comment section though. I found the ending, yes, it's shocking, but I saw it coming. I feel because of some of the stuff that are hinted at. Whatever you've seen was not a spoiler, by the way, because I know I mentioned in the beginning that I thought it was a spoiler. It's fine. So yeah, overall I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. I think it's an interesting social commentary. I think it's impactful, but I don't feel like I personally really connect whenever there's this huge distance between the main character and the rest of the world, because again, like 1984, it just, the disconnect doesn't appeal to me that much. But I thought it was really interesting to see how in a dystopian version of our world where we can't eat meat anymore, how people would react and like differently. People acting like in silly ways in the eye of the main character, or again, making choices like he makes. Like everyone, some people can handle it a little too well, and then some people just can't take it. So yes, all of it was very, very interesting. I can't say it's a book that I enjoyed reading, if that makes sense. I think it would be questionable if I said, oh yeah, this was so fun to read. But I'm going to give it 4 stars too. So I feel like overall, successful vlog. I feel refreshed, so much better. I've done 2 layers of paint. So it means that the library is almost done-ish. It means that in November, I should be able to post my like reorganizing my bookshelf, and we're going to be able to start filming in that room. I can't wait. Like, it's been fun to have all my books in my bedroom at first, but I feel super overwhelmed now. Like it needs to be organized. And I haven't made any progress on this one, which I'm so sorry, book club. I will attempt to finish this ASAP. I'm going to dedicate the rest of the month to this. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, because at first I was really enjoying it and I feel like, but I need to, and I will. I will attempt my best and watch the movie. So yeah, that's it for the update. I will see you. Next video is going to be my wrap up. I feel like this month was all over the place. I really, really tried though to read more mystery thrillers. It's just been, as always, hit and miss, but I will be finding other subgenres and try to find something that works for me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you very soon next video. Bye. If you've read these, let me know what you think.